I think a lot of the information's been passed on already very, very well by everybody. So I just really want to stand here and thank some of the people who have helped me do this. I firstly particularly like to thank Lang and Sue Walker, and the Walker Foundation. I went up to them one day and I met with David Westbrook down at this restaurant. It was on the Finger Wharf, and I said to Lang, well, this is a really nice restaurant. And he said, yep. And I said, do you come here often? He said, oh yeah, sometimes. I said, he said, look, I created the Finger Wharf. And I said, well, I'm really sorry, I didn't know that. What do you do? Anyway, Lang, I said, look, I really want to do this DVD. And David Westbrook and I went to him, and he said, look, he looked at Sue, and they said, okay. And he said, how much do you want? And I said, I need $250,000 to do it, to do all the documentary, to do all this type of thing. And he said, I'll give you 50. I said, well, that'll get us started. And he said, and then we've slowly done it, and we've managed to come out ahead of budget at $180,000, and with the launch, with the production, and with it going out at almost a nominal cost to every person, so I'm deeply in gratitude to him. However, when we did the first draft, as was alluded to, we went into his home, and he and Sue were sitting there. It was pretty late, and we're rolling the video, and David and I are a bit anxious, and so Sue says, she was talking to start with, and then she fell asleep. And then I sort of looked at Lang, and he was starting to fall asleep. And I said, is there anything wrong? And he said, yeah, Sue said, I don't understand a word you're saying. What do you mean you don't understand a word? I said, well, it's pitched at a ridiculously high level. And so then David and I went and redid the whole thing, which was a nightmare. And since that time, we've been sending it out, and fortunately, the people understand it at every level. And it wasn't the patients that didn't understand, they didn't understand me. I'd also deeply grateful to Dava and Meta Westbrook. I think they believed in the product so much. There was one time I thought, oh, this isn't just worth the time, because we were spending weekends sitting down for hours and hours editing films, and I'm really very grateful to both of you for sticking by me when I was sort of not believing it was worthwhile. I'd like to also thank the St Vincent's group, obviously Steve Rubik and the board of St Vincent's Prostate Cancer Centre. So they can't be here, most of them are overseas. Raj Jakavga, from the head of radiation oncology at St Vincent's, has been really integral in helping me. And Michelle Wilson, Rob Cusack, and all the Garvin people who've, each one of them has played their part in helping. Alan, thank you so much for being a support and advocacy. I think so many people listen to you and respect your opinion. I think the word of men's health is getting out there, and I think that's a good thing for men. And I don't think you realise how much you're really helping, but though you told me you had so many thank you cards, you actually couldn't keep up with them after the operation. Paul Ramsey, you've been an enormous support and an advocate as well, and it's amazing. I remember when you first were diagnosed, you said, oh, I can't tell anybody. I mean, the price of Ramsey healthcare might go down. But it's good that people don't think that way anymore. But it did go up the other day, I saw that. Wayne, the Honourable Treasurer, at the time we had to change the DVD because it's been such a long time making it, we had to put the Treasurer afterwards now. I know you're going through a tough time at the moment, and I think you're doing a great job, and I think from the point of view of an advocacy from this condition, I think the best joke I ever heard you say, and I think you know it, was that time when you were talking to a group of people in the, I think you said some workers' place where they said, you said, it's either, are you going to have sex in a coffin, you said to them. And one guy put his hand up at the back and says, I have. Which was it sort of illustrated a point, I suppose. Prostate Cancer Foundation is an amazing organisation. I'm totally indebted to them. There's been so much hard work. We're very privileged to have Graham Johnson here, who's the head of the Prostate Cancer Foundation at the moment. We've got Tony Costello. We've also got Andrew Giles, the CEO. David Westbrook and his wife who are here, and Pam who are here, and we're really well represented there. And Wendy, there you are, Wendy Farrow. I'm missing somebody out, but everybody has just pulled together. And this is an organisation that started at nothing that serves $14 million a year to research now. I mean, it's an amazing organisation. Urological Society, we're all urologists. We all sort of come from the training. Our seniors taught us for nothing. We teach our guys for nothing. And this is something as a resource that we should all be giving out for free and helping the patients that we owe our profession to. And I think I'm always scared I've missed somebody out. I think there's only one person I really have to enormously congratulate. Jane Matthews is the most amazing person to have supporting you. She takes the fear out of it. I mean, she gets calls every day saying, "You can't believe it, I did it." Did what? Well, it was only 2 days after the catheter was out and I had sex, it's fantastic. So she'd be walking along with this thing. She said, "That's great, that's good," and she'll be talking to somebody else about this. And these phone calls come in all the time. And it's just that support, and all us urologists know how important our supporting nurses are. In fact, we're almost dedicated to them. Without them, we just don't function. And this function was completely organised. Just to give you an idea of the security for you parliamentarians, we came in here today with all these names of people to come into Parliament House, and they got the old list. So Jane then came up and said, no, there's a new list because Lang Walker couldn't make it and there's 2 other people in this. Oh, well, that's okay, yeah, that's fine, yeah, well, they can come in. It sort of reminded me of the Monty Python thing where, you know, this guy says, well, are you going to have beheaded or are you going to crucifixion? No, freedom. Freedom. Oh, that's not on the list. Oh, well, that's okay, but you can come in anyway. But what I'm saying is she actually has everything organised. I think it would be remiss of me not to say that I'm indebted to every man who suffers the prostate cancer experience. I'm humbled by the way these men on this DVD have all agreed to expose their personal story, and I think that these men will help every man in their journey through prostate cancer, and I think we owe it to these men giving up their time and the sufferers and their families for helping others in this journey. So thank you very much for coming.
Well, that almost completes the evening. I just want to add to what Philip has said, our thanks to the people from the media who are here, because without you, of course, we can't get the message out. I know Mark Wetherall's here from the Herald, and this wonderful team, the lights here from Channel 7, who are doing a major piece on this, which will, I'm not sure when it's to be shown, but it'll be, can anyone tell us that now? Is it this Sunday night or the following? Anyway, if you watch it, it'll be on, perhaps we can let you know. You can make a statement to the House and I'll make a statement to the community. But Channel 7 are doing a major piece on this, designed to, again, foster an understanding, to demystify the whole thing, and to do what the DVD seeks to do. Thank you all for coming, and my particular thanks to all those who actually have articulated their problem in a way which is immensely beneficial to others who mightn't be able to do that, but who are going to benefit as a result of people speaking out. And Philip, well done. We're very grateful to you.